Hey everyone, welcome to another video review. This is the Craftsman Toys DJS-02A Steel Drill Hero. Yes, their version of a Nosecone from the Technobots group. You can see him there in front of his box. Okay, take a look at that box. It is nice, kind of a small box bit, which is nice actually. But yeah, you can see a nice bit of artwork of him, there kind of posing both his modes right there. You got a steel drill here and some Chinese right there. Steel drill, it says steel drill right there. Ages 15 and up. Because not for children. You got a nice bit of artwork of the alt mode there. You got, the logo, I guess name logo right there. Well, you got the same thing on this side. On the bottom, you have to look at the artwork again, except mirrored. And on the back, you have, hey, look, the artwork again. And hey, look, some I guess, specifications about the toy itself and where it was made and what kind of, hey, look, it's an ABS palm plastic at 15 plus, made in Guangdong, China. And hey, look, if you want support, there's I guess the email you go to, which is an interesting one, and who made it and everything. And they warning: this product contains small parts. And a barcode and all that stuff. So, yep, that's the box. And along with the figure in the box, you do have some instructions, which are pretty nice actually. For the most part, they're not too bad. The only thing is sometimes it's like it's a little the way they did these sort of things. Like it's sometimes a little difficult to parse what they mean specifically. But for the most part, it's not too difficult. It's actually one of the better third-party instructions I've seen in a while, so there's that. On top of that, you also have a little collector's card, which, it's thick cardboard. But, you got the picture, the artwork there again, and on the back side you have, I guess a bio in Chinese and artwork and some tech specs. So, let's see, attack, skill, tactics, breach, HP, defense, speed, and critical strike. Okay, those are some interesting specs, but sure. So, Steel Drill Hero, aka Nosecone. So we don't get a lot of Technobots in general. We don't have any Legends class yet until now. So we have these, and by the way, these are not like super G1 accurate. These are heavily stylized, much along the lines of Iron Factory. In fact, very Iron Factory-esque in some ways, to the point I wonder about the designer. But I'm gonna drop this down a bit and get in a little closer. Yeah. This is actually a pretty nice figure. I mean, you got this yellow helmet thing, got his blue eyes and orange face. He's kind of got he's kind of got pouty lips of sorts, so he looks like almost. Got a nice bit of, you got these big old brown tread shoulder things. You got this white and silver or gunmetal and an orange translucent chest, which looks pretty cool. You got more of the white, the gunmetal and orange right there. You got a big yellow there on the forearms. You get some more yellow and silver right there on the shins. You got the brown feet and everything. Yeah, big old drill on his back, which, that's fine. Yeah, overall, that's the thing right there. See, this doesn't, he's got nice big feet, so this doesn't affect his stability at all. So, there you go. Not a bad looking figure in the slightest, as a whole. So yeah, it looks pretty darn good overall. Posability, real quick. Heads on a ball joint, you got left and right, you got up and down, you got waggle all around. It's a nice, expressive head. It's really nicely done ball joint. That's great. Shoulders can do a full 360 right here. You do have outward right there. Nice little hinge right there, like that. These can tilt, I guess, as well. And also, because of the transformation, you can slide them. There's no, butterfly, but you can slide them forward if you need that for whatever reason. There's a bicep swivel right there. Elbows, pretty much... You got that much curl. If you get that out of the way, you can get that much curl, but still, that's a lot of curl. That's pretty much a full curl almost. Wrists can swivel right there. Waist can swivel pretty much unhindered, right there. This also, by the way, if you want, you can remove this. I'll show that in a little bit, but it doesn't get in the way of the waist swivel at all. Hips, you got that, hip skirt right there. This can go forward that far. Back that far, outward, more than the full split, so you can see that. You got a thigh swivel right there. There is a double jointed knee, which is nice. Nice knee bend right there. And down here at the feet, you do have a full ankle tilt right there. A lot of ankle tilt. You do technically kind of have the heel can come down like this. The toe, it's on a ball joint, so you do have, twist and rotation and waggle and all that stuff on the toe if you want that for anything. So there you go. Not super useful, but yeah, on that regard. But yeah, overall, Legends posability here for a Legends class figure is darn good, sweet posability. Not the best I've seen at this scale, but it's still really good in its own right. So there you go on that. He does have a couple accessories in this mode, namely, well, he's got a couple cannons and a little gun, which, you know, this just pegs in, a little simple 3mm peg, just bam, right there, if you want. You can also remove this drill, like I said before, you can remove this, it just pops right off. And this can slide over his hand. Make sure to, yeah, see, it's kind of, it's not a square, it's a rectangle. Make sure to slide it in like this over the hand. And there you go, now he's got a drill hand. And on top of that, it will use the ball joint of the hand, the swivel joint of the hand to spin a bit. Yeah. That's pretty cool. You can do the drill hand thing. Yeah, if you slide it on this way, the thing is, it will go over and then just fall right off. It has to be on like this so it can actually have some friction. So that's pretty cool, right there. I think that's what you're supposed to do. I'm pretty sure that's what you're supposed to do, because they don't actually tell you what to. They show the picture of it, but they don't tell you what to do. But I'm assuming that's exactly what you do. And of course, yeah, this can just go right back on. You can see, you know, you can see he's kind of got this, the bulge bit right in the there, and then just, you know, slides on and boom, there you go. And these right here, you have a couple options you want for what you want to do here. You can there's a slot right here at the top of the there. You can just, you know, that tabs in right there like that. You can do that on both sides, or you can also, you know, flip out this post right here and I'll flip the slide back in. You can then put it in his hand, and there you go. Now you know he's armed up. That's another thing you can do, which is pretty cool. And of course, one other accessory, which is, hey, look, this is the foot, because it becomes a foot. But also right here, this also becomes a thing where it's like, yeah, you can peg the gun in right here, and I guess it's now a gun emplacement. This actually, I already showed some pictures of this, like combining with like the thigh pieces and whatnot to become like basically a hover tank, which looks really cool. And this does do things that, again, the instructions don't mention, but it's part of it. Like this will flip around. If you take it apart, you can just flip this around so that and it has some tabs on it, so you can tab these parts of this with the other foot, and you know, make the tank thing. This comes apart, which is interesting. The way this actually right here, this back half will actually untab and slide back, and this will let you just remove that, like straight up just remove that. And I guess now you can just, you know, you remove that, and then now it's I guess you can turn that into a gun emplacement of sorts, although it's kind of wobbly. You can do that if you want. That's for something. I'm not sure what it does, but yeah, I think maybe it's all me just be so you can get access to this. But yeah, see that? Yeah, this flips around. It's very tight though. It's alarmingly tight. Yeah, push that through, and then yeah. So this will be for later when you know the tank mode. You'll just they'll tab together, and you can see that yeah, there's a little thing right here, and there's yeah, they'll tab together with the other one, and then yeah, you'll have part of a tank. And I believe actually by the time of the way the reorder going in, the other foot will be with the last member coming out, if there are previews or anything to go by. So it'll be a while before you see the tank. I'll get to that when I get to that. But yeah, it's pretty cool. It does this stuff. It's kind of interesting how this comes apart. But yeah, it's just a cool thing it does. You can just store the gun right here, like that. And there you go. Kind of looks like almost like a boat like this, which is interesting. It's all right. But yeah, so that's pretty much the robot mode stuff as a whole. Some comparisons real quick. Well, you know what? Because, you know, this is probably one that a lot of people might have, or at least close to it. Here's the Unite Warriors Nosecone. Why not? That's probably one of the better ones I can compare it to, right there. Very different, to say the least. I don't have a G1 Nosecone, by the way. Actually, I have a knockoff, but I only have the one. I don't want to bring those in because, like, I don't have a knockoff of every every Technobot. I only have Nosecone and was it Afterburner? Yeah, the orange one, the orange bike-looking one, whatever. I can never remember the Technobots' names. But yeah, and here's some other third-party Legends comparisons. Here is he is with the Iron Factory, whatever his face is, spear, whatever, drill horn. Standing weird again. You can see, because you know, both turn into drill tanks, so it makes sense just to. Okay, yeah, and also the other thing, a lot of people are noticing this is has a very Iron Factory vibe to it, and I agree. This has a very Iron Factory vibe to the figure. It's not one-to-one, and in fact, I would argue many ways, this does better than the Iron Factory does in a couple ways, but still, you got that. And with another company's I guess Legends class combiner. Here's a Swindle because I have him out anyway. I already had him out, so here's Magic Square's Swindle because I had him out already. He's a bit smaller, so yeah, he's a bit on the larger side for a Legends class figure. So you go on all that stuff. So that's the robot mode. Very nice, actually. Very nice and stylized. I really like this thing, actually. I just got it. It's really good. But yeah, to transform it into the alt mode, first of course, get all these accessories off him if you haven't already. Those ones. So you just put all them aside for now. And yeah. So to go into alt mode, what you want to do here is... first, you want to come here and take the hand here and rotate it like this so the palm's facing up. Or facing forward, I should say. You untab this back plate and slide it backwards, like that. You rotate that around, and you then rotate this center yellow piece right like this, and you bring this, slide this back down, and then what you do is then rotate this at the bicep 180, and then bring the shoulder piece down, and this tab right here is going to go into that slot. So make sure to angle it. You might want to like kind of angle this back a little bit so you can then have them meet in the middle like that. And then you do that, and then you slide this, the whole arm assembly. You want to slide that forward as far as it goes, like that. And you do the same thing on this side. Again, you rotate this palm forward, slide this part back, you rotate it around, you rotate this whole yellow piece around like this, and make sure it's not bent. Make sure the arm is straight when you do this, otherwise the fist will get caught on that bit right there. Rotate it around, you slide that down, you rotate the whole arms around at the bicep, and then you bring this down and make sure to, again, kind of angle this a little bit so the tab and slot can meet in like that, and then you bring that all together, and then you slide this forward. Like so. Now, back here, what you want to do is on this side, you want to untab the drill, so it's like this, and then bring those forward like so. And you want to rotate the whole assembly. There's kind of tabs in down here. You want to untab it and rotate it back like this. And you want to rotate it so the head is more or less facing like this. You want it kind of facing like that. You can see that orange piece is kind of facing around that bit right there. So rotate it like this and make sure these are forward, and then you want to bring this up like this. Untab that, bring that up. You bring this forward like this, and then you just kind of bring it back, like so. Like now, it's like this. Gonna bring it back like this, and just kind of leave it angled like that because you want it out of the way. And then what you do is you bring these forward, and you bring the. Not do it all the way through. That's right. That's right. Now I remember. So yeah. So you want to actually bring this whole orange piece right here. That's what it was. I was wondering something wasn't quite lining up. Yeah. You want to bring this whole orange piece out like this, so it looks like this, and this will be sticking up like this, and then you have this all like this. That's what was confusing me. Yeah. You bring this down like this, and just kind of leave it angled like that, and the head will be like this. See, that's the one part I forget. I always misalign it. I've transferred a couple times. I always misalign that part initially. Yeah, then you bring this down and tab this over right here again, and then you bring it down. These bits will tab into the shoulders right there like that. If you got it all in properly, this will tab in all the way. And just again, leave this like this for now because you're going to want it out of the way. Now down here at the legs, what you want to do is bring the heels down like so, and then bring this panel out like that. Then bring this down, and then rotate this out, and then bring this back up. Okay? Same thing on this side. Bring the heel down, bring this panel out, bring this whole assembly out like this, rotate this out, and then bring it back up. Then you go ahead and peg the legs together. There's a peg here, just peg them together. They're probably going to come undone a couple times because this isn't exactly the strongest connection. It relies on other connections to stay together, really, if anything. Now what you want to do here is you want to take these arm pieces, you want to angle them like this because this helps a bit. And you rotate the knees around like this, and see these tabs? There's these tabs right here. They're going to go into slots right here below the drill hinges. And these are going to kind of come over top of these, and that's why you want to angle this a little bit, just so you have a little bit more clearance overall, because otherwise they kind of bump into each other in awkward, uncomfortable ways. Yeah, so you're going to want to bring it down like that, and bring it down like that, and this will tab in. You see, that will tab in right there, like that, and like that. Those will tab in. Ooh. Of course, what you want to do is make sure that's above those. That got caught in there. Yeah, those will tab in like that. That's why I said to keep it up like that, because otherwise it kind of gets weird. And these will kind of feed in. This is probably the most awkward part, is getting the treads all lined up. These will fit in. This will kind of, there's a tab and slot here. This will kind of, you know, come together right there like that and like that. Those will, yeah, all will come together right there. And then you can go and rotate these around like this, 180. And then this right here, there's little tabs on this orange bit right here, which will go in the little slots right there. That's all lined up properly, like that. See? And then right here, you want to take these, bring these up like so, and level out the boosters like that. And then finally, you take these pieces and make sure you have the a little post folded in like that. And again, the same slots right there will go over these tabs right here on the back. So just tab it on like that, and tab it on like that, and there you go. There's Steel Drill Hero in his vehicle mode. Yeah, that sure is a drill tank, I guess. Very, I guess, Cybertronian, very alien drill tank thing. I mean, what's a drill tank even? I don't think there's even such a thing as a realistic drill tank. But regardless, you know, it's got treads and they don't really move. They got little, I guess, little booster things. They got a little orange cockpit, which I don't think this opens by itself, as far as I'm aware, anyway. Yeah, it's kind of the hinges there. Yeah, it's like, I mean, you can kind of pretend it's opening, but yeah, this is also one part I have a difficulty with, just because I cannot get my finger in there to open it. Yeah, you know, it's got little wheels. You know, there's kind of a bit of friction there on mine anyway. They do kind of roll, but not very well. So it rolls, but just it's at least on this surface, the certain friction's kind of eh. It looks pretty neat overall. The only thing I wish these could kind of folded away or something, but yeah, what they did, at least at the very least, to turn around so that it doesn't look too bad. This does spin. It doesn't, like, you know, it's not like geared or anything. It like doesn't spin while you're moving it, but it does, you know, spin pretty decently on its own. You know, it's like also a very nice looking drill. Very got a bit of a point to it. It's not super sharp or anything. Thankfully, they didn't like make that razor sharp. It will hurt if you like push real hard, but it's not like razor sharp or anything. So yeah, overall, it's not a bad thing. I mean, you can see the head right there, but you know, it's so recessed in there that it's like, if you complain about that, I worry about you. Yeah, overall, it's a nice little kind of alien drill tank thing. It looks good. I do genuinely like how this looks, the yellows and browns and everything. And on top of that, getting to it, the transformation, it's a fun transformation overall. You know, as long as you remember, you know, flip this all the way back and not, you know, part of the way back like I did. But it's overall pretty fun and clever transformation. They actually did a, you know, way to, you know, so you don't have to parts form the drill or anything. You know, it's pretty neat. They did all this. It's works pretty well. I mean, you can, I might be able to complain that you can just see the legs right there, but honestly, the way this looks, it almost kind of looks like pistons and hoses and stuff coming into the back, I guess, or something. So I don't know. It just looks really good. I'm also curious now because of the size. I don't think it is, but I just kind of just popped in my head. It is not. This is a blast effect, and it is not compatible with this in any way. So there's a question to answer, because you might have saw those big holes and wondered. But yeah, that's a question answered for you. Which no, it's not blast effect compatible. But overall, it's pretty good. This doesn't really do anything in this mode. Just I guess chill there next to it. Yeah, this doesn't really do anything in this mode anyway. Yeah. So quick comparisons. Again. Here's the Unite Warriors version of Nosecone. Bigger drill. Big, barely. It's a fatter drill anyway. This one's a bit longer. Also this one. This one rolls a bit better, I'll say that. But yeah. Very different design. Remember, this was also supposed to be a bit more cartoony, accurate color, so it's a bit more, the brown's a little more lighter overall. The yellow's more orangey. So yeah, there's that. And yeah, again, here it is with another drill tank. Here's the Iron Factory drill horn. They're actually roughly the same size in this mode overall. Okay. That's the other thing. These little bits right here on mine keep coming untabbed, which is a little annoying. But overall, there's pretty much the same size in this mode, roughly thereabouts. Although he's got, again, bigger drill. So there you go on that. And again, just because here's a Magic Squares swindle. Just to give you an idea of size differences regarding that. So, there you go. So, that's it for the vehicle mode. Again, really good looking overall. And yeah, now we're going to go ahead and take him and put him into his combined mode. So for that, what we're going to do is we're going to take these and just move these back right here like that. Just move those into that layer like that. You want to go ahead and then you want to open this back up, and that for me, that's always a problem. I can't really get in here very easily because, yeah, fingers are too big, so I always have to take a spudger. I also can't get a grip on the sides here very easily either, so, because the tabs are really low, so I have to take a spudger here and just kind of do that. Yeah, because we have to rotate these anyway, so yeah, to rotate those, just do that now. Yeah, get this up and out of the way like so, right here. And then what you want to do is, here, what you want to do is take the drill and you want to untab it from the front here and open this up and bring it around this stuff. And this is going to rotate. You're going to rotate it all the way around, like so. Rotate all the way around. And make sure to bring this up all the way too. Rotates all the way around like this. So this part's sticking straight out. Because this is the combined. Make sure it's all the way around. And this is just going to be chilling out like this at an angle. And then you open up this bit right here. And you go ahead and bring this forward, and you close this back up, and you just bring that down like that. And yeah. So yeah, this will be at an angle. The head is going to be right there, and this is the combined. That's what's going to the peg that's going to go into combined mode leg stuff. Now for this part, you remove this thing if it's attached still. Take this and fold this like this, and then open this up. Bring down the toe like this, and there it's ready to go. And what you do here is there's these rails right here. You just slide this on there like that, and this will tab in. There's a slot inside the crotch. I guess you slot that in the crotch. That will then line up perfectly with this. And there you go. That is the foot mode. Yep, that sure is a leg, or at least part of a leg. You got this really massive drill just kind of pointing further than the toe does. You can remove that if you want, I guess. It kind of makes this look a little plain, but you can do that if you want. If you really don't like how that sits, I guess. But yeah, as it stands, it's pretty much how it is. I'm worried about this kind of possibly impeding knee motion down the line, but we'll see how that works in the later. Might be there's like a joint in such a way that like the knee's actually up here, because this doesn't move at all. But yeah, there's definitely some sort of knee joint on the what looks like. I saw that there's some of the parts. I'm not sure if that's gonna like, it wouldn't surprise me if like this comes down and locks it in or something like that. So we'll see how it works overall in the end. But so far that's what they tell you to do for the leg mode. This doesn't seem to attach. You can, I guess, kind of peg it in right here. It's barely pegged in, but you can do that if you want. It's just barely pegged in right there. Yeah, it's gonna have the usual foot stuff, and there you go. So we'll see how that pans out for overall. But so far it's pretty solid. I'm not worried about this coming apart or anything with the rail and that tab and everything. It seems pretty secure. And yes, he uses extra parts, but honestly, not too many. I mean, pretty much it's just a foot and a back plate, which is not the worst thing in the world. When it comes to this sort of thing. Obviously, there's far worse. In fact, you'll see in one of them in a little bit. But first of all, again, for comparisons, here's the Unite Warrior. Although this is a knockoff of a Perfect Effect foot. This is not actually because the Perfect Effect foot is, for my taste, was too brown for the anime. Considering Unite Warriors is very anime style, the foot was too brown for my taste, so I got the knockoff, which is a bit more red. But it gives you an idea. There's knees up here, knees down here. You're gonna get a bit of a size discrepancy right there. So there's that. And here it is with the Iron Factory's drill horn. Again, you can see the knees should be roughly in the same area. So they're roughly. It looks like they're probably gonna be roughly the same height in the end, thereabouts. You see, yeah, this one, it's and most of this is, extra part and not, there's the, here's the figure and here's the rest of it versus, this thing. So again, it can be worse. And here it is compared to the Magic Square. This is actually the right foot for Magic Square, but yeah. And also slightly lifted through the pads I put on there. But again, we're going to see probably roughly the same size overall as the Magic Square Bruticus. So if you have any of these combiners, you kind of have a rough idea how this guy's going to be. So he's going to scale pretty nicely, I think, overall with the third-party Legends combiners as a whole. So there you go. So that's Steel Drill Hero as a whole. And honestly, really good first impression to me, honestly. He gives me a really good first impression. He's got like the aesthetic of Iron Factory, but it's a bit better. Like Iron Factory always has those points where it's a little frustrating. The only thing that's frustrating for me is the cockpit here, and that's only because my fingers are too big. It really is just my fingers are too big to deal with it, but it's a smart transformation. It looks good. It's very stylized. So yeah, if you really want cartoony accuracy, you're gonna have to wait to if Magic Square ever gets to that, which sounds like it's gonna. If they ever do, it's gonna be an eternity from now. Yeah, but it's heavily stylized. It looks really good though. It's very kind of somewhat toy inspired. The alt mode looks pretty good for a drill tank. I mean, a goofy drill tank is only going to look so good, but the alt mode looks good. The leg mode actually looks pretty good. The only thing, maybe the massive drill there might upset some people, but it's solid. It's a very solid overall transformation. It works well. There's no real loose parts. Everything is nice and all the joints are nice and snug, but not so snug that like it's a pain or a worry, like it's going to break. It's just good. It's really good. And on top of that, the price before shipping, I think this thing is $35 before shipping, or at least from Show Z. Probably going to be closer to like part of $50 if you buy from a U.S. domestic retailer, but it's good. This is I'm not sure what company is behind this. I'm hearing rumblings, or what designers are behind this. I've heard some rumblings about, possibly some ex-Iron Factory guy or something, but regardless, Craftsman Toys here, I've never heard of them before, but they turn in a really solid figure right here. This is good. This is really good, and I'm actually really genuinely excited for the next figure, which I believe, again, is going to be Orange Bike Guy. I can't remember his name now. It's Afterburner. I want to say Afterburner, but I'm not 100% certain. He's going to be the next one, I think. He's the arm. And then it's going to be Scattershot, and then I think it's going to be... Oh, crap, I can't remember his name. Yeah, the other arm, and then the final leg. But regardless, I'm looking forward to this set now, because it's not only a good price, it's a good figure in general. I'm not sure if they're going to change the prices later because this was an introductory price or whatever, but as it stands, this is a really good figure, and if you've been yearning for a Computron at Legend Scale, I think this is going to satisfy a lot of people, so I highly recommend picking this one up. Unless of course, again, not super into Computron or just really want that, cartoon accuracy or something. So there you go. So that's it for this review. I hope you found it informative and entertaining. Hope you like, comment, subscribe. Check out my social media down in the description and at the end of the video. Check out my Coffee Man Patreon. And I shall see you next time with another video review.